Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video it'll be for Love Island 2025 Season 12, Episode 12. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 11. Of course, there's going to be spoilers. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So, Megan, Alima, Helena and Emily spoke. Then we had Dejan and Meg spoke. Basically, he was saying, you know, I did this speech for you, and you know, he actually meant it and all. He was asking for a kiss after, and then he was like, oh, come on, just a peck, but she didn't want to, but he did it anyway. Tony and Yasmin spoke. Meg peed her off, like Tony, I think, said. Harry, Emily and Connor spoke. Helena then pulled Harry. She said it was completely done, like it's over. Megan said Yasmin is like a vulture because after they finished the conversation, she went and spoke to Harry. Yasmin said she was impressed with how he handled that situation and was also turned on with Harry. Megan, was shouting like boring, yawn, sloppy, lazy over at Yasmin, but I don't know if she heard. Ben and Shakira spoke. But about the whole him being hot-headed and all this. And she said, you know, they were going to speak later. And then it ended up coming out. Ben, Connor and Harrison spoke. Shakira went to Megan and Tommy. Tony and Meg attempted to smooth things over. Yasmin wanted to come for a talk, but then she said, just a minute. Harrison and Megan chatted. And then he was actually waiting for Megan to pull him, but she was like, no, you need to get your graft on, mate. Ben, Tommy and Alima were looking over. Tommy really likes her as well, and then Alima was like, oh, that's cute, innit? But yeah, I think them two are a good match. The boys asked Harry, you know, where he's sleeping tonight. He slept outside. And then Tony and Harrison were surprised that Yasmin didn't join him. Ramel cuddled to Alima, cuddled into Alima. Connor and Emily spooned. Tommy and Megan spooned. Dejan's arm was over Meg. The others did nothing. Ben and Shakira spoke. Then Connor and Dejan spoke. Emily is 100% Connor's type. Harry then pulled Shakira. The others saw that as well. She said it's still him, as number one, but his behaviour has been bad. So that's the reason why she's just not bothered at the moment. Emily and Connor spoke. She said, you know, they like the chats. But of course, if someone else came in, you know, they're happy to explore that. Dejan, Meg and Tony were hearing the conversation of them, and then they were being nosy Parkers, but Tony just cannot listen to what she calls Little Miss Sunshine, Emily. But Dejan and Meg were like, no, we like her and all. Harry and Dejan spoke sort of about Shakira, you know, saying, is it still there? Well, she looked good as well, he said. But if there was a recoupling, he would couple up with Shakira, straight away, he said. No thinking about it, he just went straight in. Megan and Helena were kicking and swearing at Harry's sign that was on the bed. Helena then had I don't know if she had a chat with Harrison, but she likes Harrison if you know, because she's not with Harry. Well, she's not going to be with Harry. It's not going to work out. So she thinks Harrison is her best bet. Tony was in a bad mood. Emily asked, oh no, why is that? Shakira's speaking to Tony and then saying to end it with Ben if you're not feeling it. Helena, Meg, Emily and Meg spoke. Meg said about the Tony, you know, to Emily about the conversation that Tony had with Meg, you know, saying about the Little Miss Sunshine, or LMS as she likes to say. Ben and Shakira spoke. She decided to end it. Ben was glad that she said it. They did have a cuddle after, so I think they're just going to be friends, but yeah, it just wasn't going to work. Connor then pulled Megan. No one was expecting that. He said that she looks lovely, and she said that he smells nice. So they basically chatted before. Then they didn't like carry it on because he then coupled up with Emily and all this. But you know, he was just seeing if she was open to talk and all. Harry had awful dress sense. He pulled Helena to the terrace and then just said just friends and all. But that was such a quick conversation, and Helena was like, what was that all about? Why not do it downstairs? He wanted to get his steps in or something. So he just takes it to the furthest place. Connor should have spoken to Emily first instead of just pulling whoever he wants, because she said, you know, doesn't matter who you speak to, but just pull the person you're with and just say, I want to get to know this person. And then when Connor pulled Emily, she's like, oh, I'm second best now. Then they spoke, Connor and Emily. Helena and Yasmin spoke. Emily then pulled Tony and basically saying, you know, I'm bothered by you and all this. And then argued, and then Tony was like, get the F out of my face. And then when she walked back, she like boo-hooed Emily. On Sunday night, there's going to be a challenge, spin the bottle. And there might be a new person, because I did see it in the VT. Did recognise someone that's not in there at the moment, that's probably going to be coming in, but we don't know the name, age, if it is true. But anyway, that is all for this video. Just a quick thing, there was some episode 10 of The Morning After. Will Tony and Emily kiss and make up? There's never a dull moment in the villa, and we're only at the end of week 2. Amy Hart and India Pollock are joined by Maddie Grace Jepson one final time to really get to the bottom of what's really happening in the villa. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.